Very warm welcome to all the viewers joining us for this pre-recorded show. We are recording early doors on Friday morning for the Saturday, the 8th of November. Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on the winter course, and lovely to have some good racing on the go. Of course, it'll be featuring some Grade 3, the Cape Mile race number 8. We've got the Grade 2 Western Cape Fillies Championship and a host of feature races. But the man in the hot seat, and I'll be alongside him in Cape Town on Saturday, is Brandon Bailey. Firstly, Brandon, how do we find you? And secondly, looking forward to the card.
Sheldon, thank you very much. Great to be on the show as always. A warm welcome to all the viewers that will be listening up to this podcast. Listen, racing purists, this time of the year, I mentioned it on our last show, this is the time you want to be alive and obviously be very active in the sport and following the sport closely. There's so many good horses stepping out. I know this is a pre-recorded show, so by the time the viewers are actually able to sit down and listen, they would have obviously known the results already for Hollywoodbets Greyville, where there's some good big headliners that'll be lining up and getting their season ready. The likes of Dave the King, Gladiatorian, of course, they'll have some of their bigger Group 1 races on the radar for the next couple of months. But Sheldon, good card at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, and we can't wait to have you in the Western Cape.
Looking forward to being there on Saturday. Let's get straight into the action, being a 10-race program. Race number 1 kicks off at 12:45. Number 1, Madrarua, is at 14-10. 7, Red Wave at a price of 3-1. Number 2, Honorine's Gimme, is 9-2. And then 8-1 and Better the Rest. Looking at horses 1 and 2, they're both coming back from breaks, but I see number 1 found a lot of betting support first time out, Brandon.
Sheldon, there was a lot of talk for this individual first time out. A lovely looking colt. He really will catch your eye in the parade ring. He's been off the track for 194 days, and I think that's more just to allow him to grow and to mature, because when I happened to look at him in the parade ring first time, he was almost kind of not ready to get the ball rolling, Sheldon. Even though he carries himself with a lot of presence, you could see that he was probably going to take 2 or 3 runs before you see the best of him. So they've opted to put him away. I'm sure he's done some good work in that time off the track. Richard Faree knows him very well. We know that he does a lot of work back at Futura Park for Justin Snaith and for James Crawford. This horse ran 6th on debut. He came out the gates really well, and just that last bit they out-sprinted him, and he finished 5 and a bit lengths behind the smart Happy Verse on the 28th of April. It's interesting that there's been so much money around for him first time, because I did actually speak to James when he made his debut, and I believe he showed some very good work back at home, Sheldon. So I can see why they followed that through and why there's money again for him now that he's coming back from a break. So I am going to lead with number 1, Madrarua, impeccably bred. If he's come on a bit back at home and he's ready, even if he's 90% ready to go come Saturday afternoon, I think he'll take a bit of beating.
Right, let's move on to the opening leg of the bipot as we get into the exotics. Race number 2, where the first timer, number 11, Give Me Another Viking, from even money has shortened 8-10. Number 2, Vroom Vroom, firm at 4-1, another first timer. Number 4, Reflect, is at 8-1, and then it is 10-1 and Better the Rest. Just looking at the comment from Dean Kannemeyer, he does say include in exotics, and this could be anything that give me the green light first time filly.
Spot on, and there's been a little bit of money around as well. 2 very nicely bred horses, number 2, Vroom Vroom, and number 11, Give Me Another Viking. If they've got any ability, Sheldon, I can see them winning quite comfortably first time out at the races. It's not an overly strong race in terms of the horses that bring form into this particular race. So we need to just watch and see. Number 2, Vroom Vroom, and 11, Give Me Another Viking. Pre-recorded show tells us that there's been lots of early money around number 11, Give Me Another Viking. A yard that knows how to get them ready first time. Obviously got some very nice horses, Dean Kannemeyer. So let's watch this filly closely. Sheldon, I just want to mention 1 or 2 horses, the race runners. More for the places, but if they've come on, they can certainly put themselves right there. This horse I want to chat about, number 1, Love Her Madly. She's been bitterly disappointing. Her first run at the races, I think everybody remembers, she came from a long way back. She's been a bit stop-start. Her last 2 runs suggest that she's got lots to do. Paul Reeves, the man that's got his yard in good form at the moment. Muziyeni gets the ride. I think of the race runners at a big price. I think she's in the region of 14-1. If she bounces back to her best form, she can easily finish amongst the places over here. So we need to watch that. And there's 1 or 2 others that can certainly improve. But I think the first timers, that's key, Sheldon. We'll have a look at them in the parade ring tomorrow. We'll go and chat to the trainers, watch the market. And I think from there, punters will probably go and put their heads down with a bit of confidence. I've got the feeling that number 11 can run a bit.
There we go. Number 11, keep a very, very close eye come race time. On to the opening leg of the place accumulator, which is the Gallop TV maiden plate over 1,200 meters, race number 3. And another first timer, number 12 from the Under Nell stable, is your 5-2 favorite. Having a look at money, number 7, Inner Bloom from 7-1 down 11-2. Number 10, Winter in Auckland, 7-1, 6-1. And then number 3, Black Erica, and number 5 are both at 7s, 8s and better the rest. Let's kick off with number 7, Inner Bloom, the Lucinda Woodruff stable. They've been firing on all cylinders from the KwaZulu-Natal season to the Cape. And this horse really caught the eye, that 400 to finish at Durbanville from a deep draw.
Sheldon, I was hoping we'd get a bigger price than what we have. Look, nothing wrong with an 11-2 price. I already found the support from 7-1. But if punters can, go and watch her first run at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. Drawn 10 of 11, very green in the early parts of the race, and really caught the eye that last 400 meters, as you've touched on, to be beaten 5 and a bit lengths by Flying South. And now up the straight at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, not the strongest of races. Again, I'm going to say it, the horses that have some form, it's not strong form. So if she's come on back at home, and I think she has, I think number 7, Inner Bloom, will go very close to winning over here. And that's why there's been early support from 7-1 into 11-2. So I like her chances. And another horse, Sheldon, we about watching replays. If punters can, go watch the replay of number 5, Fantine. Dean Kahneman and Craig Zaki. She was also awfully green, drawn in the car park towards the back of the field early. And when they balanced up and they turned for home, she found her feet nicely. I know the form shows beaten 9 lengths, but I wouldn't read too much into that. She was still so green, and I have no doubt that she's going to improve quite a bit now that she's up the straight at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. So I'm going to focus on those 2 horses, 5 and 7. And again, we probably just need to watch the first timers, because if they have got ability, they can win first time out.
Right, let's move on to race number 4, and just double checking here, it will be the opening leg of the Pick 6, being a 10-race program. And your best bet comes up in the form of number 1 from the Marcus team, who is currently at even money. Number 4, which is a first-timer called Montessori, that is currently at 28-10. And then there goes 7-1 and better the rest. Form of number 1 speaks for itself.
Sheldon, I don't know too much about number 4, Montessori. If that needs the run, or if it's a little bit green in the early parts and doing some good work late and a horse to follow for next time, then I think we can go all in over here with number 1, Objet de R. I've looked at the form, going to be very hard to beat. I mean, you've touched on it. First run, 4th to Sardinia Bay, a very nice horse trained by Greg Enyen. Followed that up by running 2nd to Demanding Dave, who's held in high regard. And then last time was one of the favourites in that particular race on the 15th of October, when staying on for 3rd behind Fox on the run. So Objet de R finds himself in the right field in hope that the first timer needs it. I think he'll take a lot of beating. Aldo Dumeyer for Adam Marcus. There's just not too many negative factors, Sheldon. It's as simple as that. I've looked at the race runners. They're pretty much in their place. Horses like Sicily, Prince of Egypt, and Sunshine Superman, who comes back from a gelding. But all things said and done, if the first timer is going to need the run, Sheldon, I think a good bet, number 1, Objet de R.
Just looking at the comments that I have in front of me from Andre and Nell, they say that number 4, Montessori, is a quality individual, but is looking for a bit further. So maybe number 1 could catch number 4 on the break over the distance. As we move along to race number 5 and taking a look at the anti-post betting or the official betting now, number 6 Congressman, that is trading at 28 to 10, along with number 7, which is Time for Love. Number 1 Triple Time 33 to 10. 4 Master Redoute at 9 to 2, and then we have number 3 Master of Paris at 7 to 1. 10s and better the rest. This is the Willavington Stakes, listed over 2,500 meters. Where do we start, Brandon?
Sheldon, you can make a case for pretty much every horse in the race, maybe barring a horse like number 2, Stanza Stark, who at the ratings has got a lot to do. Let's start with number 1, Triple Time. I'm not here to bore the viewers, but we need to run through the field. Number 1, Triple Time, on his day, he can certainly blow them away. We know he's got lots of ability. He's been frustrating to follow in the sense that the day you think he's in the right race, he runs a shocker. Richard Free gets the ride for Justin Snaith. There was a nice run last time when running second to his stable companion Magic Verse. He's got all the staying quality, Sheldon. So if he puts his best foot forward, he can certainly win. 3 Master of Paris, got no weight on his back. He's obviously got a bit to do in terms of ratings. But he's one of those horses, Sheldon, that never say die attitude. He'll keep coming at them. So I wouldn't write him off completely. I'm not going to look at the ratings too much when it comes to this race. So 3 Master of Paris, he could have a small sneaky chance. Muzieni for Justin Snaith. 4 Master Redoute, I was disappointed with his comeback run. But he was off the track for a long time. But he was beaten a long way. I mean, he ran 9 lengths. He ran last behind Outlaw King. I know the 1,400-meter trip is on the short side. He goes double that distance. So I'm sure we'll see the improvements from number 4 Master Redoute. The Futurist, I'm not sure what tactics will be or what the tactic will be with him in this race. We know that if he gets a cheap sectional up in front, he could get away at the right time. 6 Congressman, also a nice horse with a low weight of 52 on his back. He's got to have a chance, as does Time for Love and Ahead of the Fact, Sheldon. So I don't like the race. I must be completely honest with you, just to be on the safe side. If viewers are taking pick sixes and jackpots, you're going to have to go field.
Rightio, there we go. Field as we move along to race number 6, which is the Laissez-Faire Stakes, listed over 1,100 meters. And here, number 1, Symphony in White, from 9 to 2 is down 4 to 1. Number 10, Artiste is 5 to 1. The KwaZulu-Natal Raider, number 3, Hierarchies at 6 to 1. And then we can go 7 to 1 and better. Brandon, I'm going to kick off with this horse, number 1, Symphony in White, because running against Future Variety in that penultimate run came from a country mile back when finding support, and then followed up with a cracking second to Scarlet McCaw. So where would number 1, Symphony in White, be in your pecking order?
Right up there. Right up there, Sheldon. She's got lots of ability, and there's no doubt that her comeback run was out of the top draw. I'm sure Candice Bass and her team would have been licking their lips after watching that start behind Scarlet McCaw, who's also very decent in her own right. That was quite a strong race on the 18th of October. That would have blown the cobwebs away, Sheldon, and she'll be just off the speed early, and she'll be lashing home late. So she's got to have a big winning chance, number 1, Symphony in White. Sheldon, have you got comments for number 2, Candy Town, by any chance?
Let me just have a look in the front of the book here. Candy Town, still 15 kilograms off her ideal weight, but as well.
All right, we need to watch her, Sheldon, because we know she's a speedball. She's been off the track for 287 days. If memory serves me correct, at the breakfast morning held at Hollywoodbets Durbanville not too long ago, I think she galloped. I speak under correction, but she's a lovely mare. She's got all the speed. If she gets away at the right time, she might be very hard to catch. It just depends. Obviously, that last 100 meters or so, the telling factor of that rest will come into play. But I'd watch her closely. And it's great to have Duncan Howells in town. Of course, Hierarchy from your province. She looks to be a smart filly. This will be, I'm going to say, probably her biggest task to date. She would have travelled well, I'm sure. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been running over here, number 3, Hierarchy. So I'd watch her in an open race. But Sheldon, I'm going to read the same book as you. Symphony in White, for me, that's the horse they're going to have to beat.
Right, so Symphony in White, hopefully winner's box bound, and currently 4 to 1. Let's go in and take a chance, and hopefully she comes through with flying colours. Next up will be the Western Cape Fillies Championship, Grade 2, and this will be contested over 1,400 meters. And taking a look at the betting, the unbeaten daughter of Master of My Fate, number 8, Another Dance for Me, will be looking to strut her stuff on the track. She's 6 from 6 and she's 9 to 10. Number 7, Quick Step Gal, from 22 to 10 has gone 7 to 2. Money around for number 9, Stormwatch, from 10 and 12 to 1 down 6 to 1, and then 8 to 1 and better the rest. Brandon, there's not much more we can say about number 8, Another Dance for Me. Alan Greef, Richard Ferree, they've come, they've seen, they've conquered before. They know what it takes to win these type of races in KwaZulu-Natal, in the Cape. This is a top horse.
She's a top filly, Sheldon. You've mentioned everything. I mean, she's unbeaten. I know that last time in a small field, it looked like at one stage she was under pressure. I know that many punters out there were happy to take the 1 to 7 because it did look like she was the right horse in the race. But Sheldon, listen, she's going to come on 6-fold from that. I mean, she's a top horse in her own right. She won a good race, of course, at Hollywoodbets Greyville on the 5th of July. She was running away, I think, from the crowd on that occasion when she hung so badly when beating Quick Step Gal. That's just her, Sheldon. I don't think she's anywhere near the finished article. I'm not sure I'd be rushing in to take 9 to 10, but she's definitely the filly that they all need to beat. I think if you're looking to have a bet on the nose on number 8, Another Dance for Me, wait for race time. You'll get a much better price than 9 to 10, in my opinion. Sheldon, there's a few I just want to touch on. Number 3, Give Me What I Want. I know Justin Snaith has always spoken so highly of this filly. JP van der Merwe in his last post-race interview was highly complimentary of this filly. So 3, Give Me What I Want, has got to be watched closely. She's in the region of what? She must be a big price. Is she closer to 40 to 1 at the moment?
Which horse is that?
That's number 3, Give Me What I Want.
40 to 1 currently and 5 to 1 a fixed place.
Yeah, so that's massive. She should never be that price. So 3, Give Me What I Want. I'd watch her for the places. And then further down the page, of course, great to have Tini Prinsloo in town with number 7, Quick Step Gal. Workmanlike victory last time. Of course, the Apprentice rode a very good race. Gavin Larena gets the ride. She'll go a lot closer to Another Dance for Me, in my opinion. So 7, Quick Step Gal's got to go into the play. And then just even further down the page, Sheldon, 2 fillies that are completely unknown. And I think we're going to see a lot of them through the Cape summer season. Number 9, Stormwatch, and number 10, Wishlist. I'm going to say old sparring partners. Of course, they have met, and there was nothing in it at the line. Great run from Stormwatch last time when she was doing some good work late. And then number 10, Wishlist. Justin Snaith has earmarked this as a filly that we can watch and obviously follow with a bit of confidence over the next couple of months. Awkward draw, not going to be easy for her, but she's got a devastating turn of foot. So 10 Wishlist at a big price can go into the play as well. Great race, Sheldon. I'm certainly looking forward to it. And just for racing itself, we need champions. I'll be hoping that Another Dance for Me remains unbeaten.
That'll take us on to the Cape Mile Grade 3 race number 8, all things being equal, 16:45 over 1,600 meters. And looking at the best weighted column, when it comes to these type of races, the fairer sex seem to be above the boys. So Red Palace is slightly best weighted at a 121. Number 1, Sugar Mounted at a 120. Then down to Garrick's at a 115. But the betting says that number 6, Serena Moodley, Andre Nell, 2 to 1 down, 16 to 10. Number 4, Garrick's is 4 to 1, and then it's 11 to 2 and better the rest. Who's your top selection in this contest, Brandon?
Great race again, Sheldon. I'm happy to go with Garrick's. I'm not sure where they are in terms of preparation. He's been off the track for 167 days, and we know that this is not the Cup final by any stretch of the imagination. He'll be heading into some of the bigger Group 1s a bit later on in the season. But he's just such a nice horse, Sheldon. He's so easy in terms of his race quality and his manners. He comes to the course with a lot of presence. He walks around with that presence as well in the parade ring. And he's one of my horses to follow. We know that the presenters were given a task, horses to follow for the season. He has one of them, Garrick's. Last time out, he moved up so easily over the 1,900-meter trip at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. He looked like he had the race sewn up. I've always been of the opinion, anywhere between 16 and 1,800 meters, he's going to be very hard to beat. So watch him closely, Sheldon. That's all I can say. Like I say to everybody out there, this is not the cup final for number 4, Garrix, but he'll be right there. He'll be doing some good work late. And then you've got a horse like number 6, Zeitz, who his comeback run was out of the top draw. He was running on powerfully over 1,400 meters at Hollywoodbets Durbanville, and I have no doubt that he's going to come on quite a bit now. Of course, he was gelded, wasn't he? When he had that comeback run last time out. So yes. I'm sure Andre Null and his team will be looking forward to a big season. So 6 Zeitz has got the racing fitness on his side, but I'm going to go with the qualities of number 4 Garrix as my top selection at 4-1.
We now move on to, like I say, one of the races of the day, meaning there's a horse that's unbeaten in the form of number 9, Viva's Liberté, the Vercingetorix from the Candice Bass stable. 2 from 2 over 1,250 meters and 1,400 meters. Should love the step up to the 1,600. The money's come 15 to 10, down 11 to 10. Number 4, Note to Self, is 7 to 2 from 4 to 1. And then number 3, Beware, is 9 to 2. 8 to 1 and better the rest. I see Elder de Meyer jumps on for the first time, and this son of Vercingetorix just seems to be way above the average.
Sheldon, good bets. I think he's going to take a lot of beating. I've watched him closely in his first 2 starts. Of course, just in terms of breeding, he had no right to win over 12.50 at Hollywoodbets Durbanville first time out. He beat Green Choice by 2 lengths. That was just his quality coming through. And then he followed up. He beat Karaoke by 2.5 lengths. A workmanlike victory on the 8th of October. The sky's the limit for this horse. All things going right, I think he'll head up into the Cape Guineas, of course, later on in the season. So I'm going to go with him in a big way. I think he'll be hard to beat. 11 to 10, still a backable price. I know he's got an awkward draw, but he'll slot in, and he's got an unbelievable turn of foot. So Viva's Liberté, that's going to be one of the better bets on the card.
Rightio, let's move on to race number 10, which will bring down the curtain on a highly successful day, and hopefully you are in front when it comes to the punting side, or if you're owner, trainer, jockey, you've been in the winner's enclosure and in the placings. And then on to race number 10, which is the Hollywoodbets Bright Future Maiden Plate over 1,600 meters. Scratched is number 11, Future Cat. So scratched number 11. Betting has number 8, Green Choice at 5 to 2. Number 12, Fast Train. I know this is your value bet on the day. A cracking second last time out at 7 to 2. Number 3, Konnichiwa, 5 to 1. Money for number 13, Super Viking, 7 to 1 down, 5 to 1, and then 8 to 1 and better the rest. You have to like the improvement by Fast Train. Both runs over 1,250 meters around the turn at Durbanville. The 1,600 meters, I think the breeding says it all.
Sheldon, this was Fast Train. Again, when I was busy looking, we look at the fields and the nomination sheet. We were hoping that this was pulled a draw in the lucky last. Had he had a draw, I probably would have given punters a lot of confidence. Hoping that you got a few rand in your back pocket, I would have said have a full go on number 12, Fast Train, but that draw can be a concern. It just depends how he comes out and how much work he's got to do in the early parts, but he's going to come on leaps and bounds. The 12.50 is still way too short for him. He wants 2,000 plus this horse, so the step up in trip is going to bring out a lot of improvement. We know that Paddy Crayer is doing so well at the moment. He's a proper horseman. Of course, he had that big horse of his won a good race last week, the US Survey. And I've spoken to Robert Bloomberg, funny enough, who's got a BDI on this horse, got some shares, of course, involved in partnership with Greg Ports, Brad Steele, and Gina Goldsmith. And he's given me the confidence. In fact, he's told me the horse is flying back at home. If he gets some luck from the bad draw, he'll be very hard to beat. So at about 4 to 1, 9 to 2, Sheldon, hopefully JP van der Merwe can produce some magic, put him in a gun spot early, turn for home just a couple of lengths off them, and he'll give us a big run for our money in the lucky last. So I'm going to go with him as my value play.
Well, there we go. Maybe a runaway express train. Could be number 12, Fast Train. That's what you'll be looking for. Obviously, number 8, Green Choice, has been runner-up the last 3 runs. Viva's Liberté, he finished second to Set to Music. And the last time out just seemed to be very slow into stride.
Yes, Sheldon. Listen, I've always been of the opinion that for now, in his early part of the career, 1600 stretching him. I know he got nabbed on the line by Set to Music over 1600 at Hollywoodbets Durbanville, but they might opt to give him a bit of a chance this time, and hopefully he'll finish his race off a bit better. So Green Choice, healthy respect. I mean, his form's there, he's ultra consistent, he's knocking at the door. Musayeni riding very well at the moment. So yeah, if they give him a chance, Sheldon, I can see him troubling Fast Train. My only advice was Fast Train. Let's do this, Sheldon. We know that Fox on the Run has come out obviously to win again, and he looks to be a smart horse trained by James Crawford. But let's see how Objada R goes a bit earlier on in the day. If that comes out to win for Adam Marcus, then I think the money will come for Fast Train. So that's how I'm going to read it. I think they'll turn together. It just depends who gets first run. So it's those two horses that'll fight it out. But at 9-2, I'm going to take my chances. We know that Paddy Cray are flying. JP van der Merwe oozing confidence at the moment. And I'm hoping that the step up in trip can just eke out a bit more improvement.
Well, there we go. That's a look at an exciting 10-race program, which is pre-recorded around about 26 hours before. We'll be there on course together. We've given the selections, you've given the rundown, but when it comes down to the crunch and you're on course and you actually see the horses and they go down to the start, that's when we make up our final minds, and that's when you have a proper strike on the horse.
Spot on. That's exactly what I was going to mention now, Sheldon. Just to the viewers that are listening this deep into the podcast, remember, a lot can change. This is pre-recorded. We've studied the form. We've watched replays. There's obviously a lot of betting activity that's going to happen over the next 48 hours. So my best advice is listen to the presenters. Don't put them on mute on race day. Listen to the presenters, because we can chat to trainers, chat to jockeys, have a good look at them in horse flesh, and by then the market would have settled down. So a lot of our top selections land up coming closer to race time. This is just merely a guide where you can add and subtract if you're looking to take your bets early. Sheldon, I've tipped up a jackpot. I'm going to go with the first jackpot. It starts at 3 o'clock. First leg, I'm going quite wide. As I mentioned, I don't like the look of the Woolhavington Stakes. We're going 1 triple time. We'll include number 3, Master of Paris, number 4, Master Reduced, 6, Congressman, 7, Time for Love, and number 8, Ahead of the Facts. So go wide in the first leg. Second leg of the jackpot, again, we're going to go wide. If you really wanted to, I wouldn't put you off taking your chances. 4-1 Symphony in White does look to be the right horse in the Lasso Fair Stakes, the listed event over 1,100 meters. But if she goes missing, then it's a nightmare. So for the jackpot, we're going to go 1 Symphony in White. We'll include number 2, Candy Town, 3, Hierarchy. Further down the page, number 10, Artiste, 13, Pink Pigeon, 14, Wild Applause, and number 15, Festival Chic. The next leg of the jackpot, which will be race number 7, off at 4:10. In fact, that particular leg is where the second jackpot starts, but we're focusing on jackpot 1. We're going 3, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 3, Give Me What I Want. Number 7, Quick Step Gal. Number 8, Another Dance for Me. 9, Stormwatch. And number 10, Wishless. And the final leg of the first jackpot, which will go off race 8 at 16:45, we're going 3, 4, and 6. 3 will be Magic Verse. We'll include number 4, which is Garrick's, and then number 6, Zeitz. I think it cost you just over 600 rand, but this jackpot can pay if you beat the favorites. My best bet will be race 4, number 1, Objada R is in the region of even money, and my value bet at 9-2, race 10, that'll be number 12, Fast Train.
Well, thanks very much, Brandon, and really looking forward to being on course on Saturday with you guys at Cape Town at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, and then hopefully we can steer the punters in the right direction closer to race time.
That's it, Sheldon. We can't wait to have you there. Of course, the sun will be shining. I believe the weather's been unbelievable in the Western Cape over the last couple of weeks. There's good racing. We're only starting to heat up the action now, Sheldon, so we can't wait to have you there. Thanks again to all your viewers that have listened to this podcast, and let's hope that we can have a cracking weekend. Of course, we back it up quite early. We start on Monday again at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, and that looks to be a real good card. So thank you, Sheldon.
Well, thanks very much to Brandon Bailey joining us on the line, going through the 10-race program. I'm starting to warm the hands up. We're looking forward to a top day's racing, and all I can say is sit back, relax, and enjoy the festivities. We'll catch you at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth.